So today we're going to work with a meditation practice for healing anxiety. Chronic anxiety can take on a lot of different forms and intensity. In today's episode, we're going to mainly focus on healing or working with chronic low-grade anxiety. This episode is not meant to diagnose or treat more serious mental health issues, so please seek the advice of a medical professional if you need to. Welcome in. My name is Scott from scotttusa.com. Today's episode is pretty personal, as I've struggled with chronic anxiety as far as I can remember. It's been a part of my life as long as I've been alive. And meditation has helped me immensely to work more skillfully with the anxiety I experience on a daily basis, and even to find some actual healing and transformation. In particular, there's been two types of meditations that have helped me the most, and these fall into the categories of somatic awareness practices, as well as breathwork practice that involves deep abdominal breathing and sometimes breath holds. Today we're going to explore a breathwork practice involving breath holds. This particular practice I learned from my main Buddhist mentor, Sonyi Rinpoche. You can learn more about him at fullybeing.org. So I'd like to introduce the practice a little bit before I guide it. This practice is derived from a Tibetan Buddhist breathwork practice called Bumchen in Tibetan. And there's different kinds of Bumchen. Bumchen roughly translates as a vase or a vase breath or a vase breathing practice. Some of the forms of vase breathing are found in more advanced techniques in Vajrayana or Tantric Buddhism. And you can also find forms such as what we're going to do today, found more in the medical tradition of Tibetan medicine and Tibetan Buddhism, more meant to decrease the speedy energy in the body, particularly what we call the wind energy that moves upwards, and which is pretty chronic for many of us in the modern world because we live busy lives. We tend to develop qualities of prioritizing thinking over feeling, and for a lot of other reasons, this type of wind energy that moves up and creates speediness, anxiety, sometimes extra stress or overwhelm, it becomes excessive in the modern world. So we're going to work with a practice to allow this speedy energy to move down and find its home again, back below the navel area. So as you prepare your seat for this meditation practice, mainly I want to emphasize find a posture or chair where you can sit upright without leaning back against it. And this keeps the spine and back free so the energies in the body can move freely as we breathe. And go ahead and take a moment to find that seat, to find your posture upright yet relaxed. If you want to do some gentle stretching, go ahead and do that. I always like to roll my shoulders a little bit. Sometimes I like to stretch from side to side, but whatever works good for you, go ahead and do that to feel more loose and relaxed in your body. You're welcome to close your eyes or open your eyes for this practice. I recommend closing them as it may be easier to focus on the breath and breath hold. And to start, we'll just simply begin to connect with the breath in and out of the nose. So many of you who already have a meditation practice are going to be familiar with this. And we'll just allow the breath to enter and exit the nose in a relaxed, easeful way. As you begin to connect with the breath, we're going to start to draw the inhalation into the lower abdomen. So obviously the literal breath isn't going there, but we want to feel as if it is. So on the inhalation, we're going to begin to pronounce the lower abdomen, allowing the belly to expand on the inhalation, and on the exhalation, allowing it to contract towards the spine. And again, for now, just allow the breath to be natural, gentle, and relaxed, breathing in, breathing out at your own pace. And like I said, around the navel area, lower abdomen, lower belly, just feel that expansion as almost as if you're filling a balloon on the inhalation. the belly is expanding out. And on the exhalation, you're just gently letting that contract back towards the spine. There's a little bit of muscular effort here, but see if you can do it in a relaxed way. When we're first learning this type of lower abdominal breathing, it can be challenging to allow the musculature to relax, expand on the inhalation, and just gently contract to the spine on the exhalation. But just try your best. The main thing is to stay relaxed in the shoulders, allow the posture to stay upright, and to allow the breath to be drawn as low as you can. So it's actually below the diaphragm. It's not diaphragmic breathing. This is actually below the navel, if you can. A few tips and tricks here as you practice this for another minute or so is to allow the perineum to also be relaxed and open and spread. So when you're breathing in below the navel, there's almost like, again, a balloon or a vase being filled all the way down to the perineum and where your seat meets the chair or cushion below you. So we're not engaging the breath hold aspect of this yet. We're just feeling the breath coming in and out of the nose, in and out of the lower abdomen area, almost into the pelvic area. And when you start to feel comfortable with that, we're going to start to hold. So we can do it together now. So breathing in, filling below the navel, into the lower abdomen, pelvic area. And now just hold the breath there. And we'll hold for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 seconds. And then breathing out from the nose, allowing, again, the abdomen to contract to the spine. Again, breathing in. And when you fill it around 80%, again, we're just going to hold. And breathe out. And all of this should remain relaxed. Don't hold longer than you need to. So if you need to breathe out before I recommend to breathe out, go ahead and do that. So we'll breathe in again. And as we fill the lower abdomen, gently hold and allow the muscles to form a vase or balloon-like shape, holding the energy below the navel. Breathe out. Breathe in. Hold. Allow the chest to be relaxed, shoulders to be relaxed. Try not to hold tension in the upper body. And breathe out. So the only tension we're holding is in that lower abdomen, using the transverse abdominals a little bit to push down. Also some of the muscles connected with like the rectus abdominis muscle, which is way deep down in your abdominal muscles. And now we'll just do it together in your own way. So breathe in. And there's no need to hold for super long. Hold as long as you can that's comfortable. And when you need to, breathe out. The main thing is to make sure each inhalation is going below the navel. You're holding the energy there. And then breathing out. Everything in a relaxed way, not pushing, not striving or struggling. If you feel tension, try to relax with or around that tension. And some beneficial side effects you'll start to notice if you're able to breathe down below the navel well and hold it, you may start to feel more heavy in the upper body, maybe a little sleepy. For some of us, we can notice our stress, tension, and anxiety to actually go down immediately. For others, it takes more time. Sometimes the head may start to feel more open, less cluttered, almost as if a weight is being lifted off the head. And so we'll do this for another minute or so together. And really try to experience what it's like to feel completely relaxed and open in the upper body. And there's only this balloon-like hold right below the navel. Feeling all the energy, the speediness, anxiety, tension move down and be kind of locked in below that area. And experiment with the hold. If you can hold longer, great. If you can only hold for 2 or 3 seconds, that's also fine. Don't push yourself. Actually, as the wind energy is able to move down to its home below the navel, you'll be able to hold the breath for longer and longer. But the main point is to use the hold to help relieve the symptom of anxiety, which comes from this speedy energy being excessive in the upper body. And we'll just do one more hold together, breathing in, gently holding below the navel. And breathing out from the nose. And then now breathing in normally. In and out of the nose, still breathing deep into the lower abdomen, but no longer holding the breath. Just allow the breath to move evenly in and out of the nose. Notice in your body how you feel. Notice what's shifted for you. For some of us, like myself included, it may take a little more time engaging in a session of practice to feel some of the benefits. So you may need 5, 10, or 15 minutes of this practice on an empty stomach before your morning meal. Also, you can do it at night if you want. It can help with sleep if you're having trouble falling asleep. But nonetheless, just notice how the body feels right now. Notice what's shifted for you. Also, if we are holding too much tension in the chest during the breathing practice, we're also going to feel that as a negative side effect, where we may feel actually lightheaded or a little more tense or more anxious. So that's a sign that you need to work a little bit more with allowing the chest to relax when you're breathing and simply allowing the lower abdomen to expand, emphasizing that area. And this can take time. It's not always so intuitive. For me personally, this took some time when I was first introduced to this practice. It wasn't so natural right away. Thanks so much for joining me for the practice. I hope it was helpful for you. If so, please leave a comment below. And if there's some other practices or approaches you find helpful for working with anxiety, please also leave a comment below. Let me know. I'd love to learn about them. I have some additional guided meditations in the description below, so please feel free to check those out. And of course, feel free to reach out if you're wanting some more support in your practice. Wishing you all the best. Thanks so much.